Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido o bienvenida a este video. Hello and welcome to today's class. Today, I'm going to teach you the best adjectives in Spanish that are going to 10x your conversations. The first category is people. So if you want to describe someone, you could use an adjective like amable, meaning nice or kind. We also have the adjective simpático. However, here in Mexico, simpático is usually used to talk about someone who is clever or funny. You can also think of that as charismatic. So amable is for someone who is kind, whereas simpático can also be used for kind, but it's typically like, oh, how clever or how funny you are, how charismatic. Okay? Cariñoso, not meaning caring, but affectionate. If you want to say caring in Spanish, you could say bondadoso. So, for example, ella es una persona bondadosa. She is a caring person. Or I could say, ella es una persona cariñosa. She is an affectionate person. Now, for most of these adjectives, we can make them masculine or feminine. Remember that with adjectives, aka words that describe nouns, if I have a singular noun like ella, it's feminine and it's singular, so it would be cariñosa. If we were talking about él, it would be cariñoso. Now, if we were to make this plural, we could have ellos son cariñosos and ellas son cariñosas. With an adjective like amable, it would just stay as amable. Él es amable, ella es amable, or ellos son amables, with the S on the end. Okay? Inteligente, intelligent, could also mean smart. Listo can also mean smart. If you say, yo soy listo, that means I am smart or I am clever. However, if I say estoy listo, so now I'm using estar instead of ser, that will mean I am ready. Okay? If you struggle with understanding when to use ser and estar, especially in the past tense, then check out the video here on this channel explaining that, fue versus era versus estaba versus estuvo, and you can also check out the Fluent Spanish Speaker Academy by clicking the link in the video description if you want to learn those more advanced concepts. Next, trabajador, meaning hard working. Él es muy trabajador. He is very hard working. Or ella es muy trabajadora. Okay, just like Dora. Okay, flojo. Now, flojo literally means this. Flojo. Okay, relaxed. Okay, flojo, right? Like loose. Okay, but flojo actually also means lazy. Okay, me siento flojo. I feel lazy. Or you could say, él es un flojo. He is lazy. You can also use the adjective perezoso, which also means lazy. Both work here. And in Mexico, you could use something like huevón, which is a lazy bum. I'm not saying it's the nicest word because it's not, but that's also something you would say. Flojo, perezoso, or even huevón. However, use that one sparingly. Divertido, fun, okay? Él es muy divertido. He is very fun. Ella es muy divertida. She is very fun. Yo soy muy serio. Serious, okay? I don't think I'm that serious. I don't know. Today I feel chill and I feel relaxed. In some videos I'm crazy, I got lots of energy. Today I feel in the middle. Me siento un poco serio, pero también me siento divertido. Okay? So, serio, serious. Now, let's talk about appearance. Okay? Guapo, meaning handsome. You can also call a female guapa. However, it's more common to use an adjective like hermosa. So, él es guapo, he is handsome, and ella es hermosa. She is beautiful. You can also use an adjective like bonito or bonita, meaning pretty or nice. The translation of bonito changes depending on the context. So, tu carro es muy bonito. Your car is very nice. However, ella es muy bonita takes on a better translation of pretty. So, she is very pretty. Ella es bonita. Okay? Feo, ugly. Alto, tall. Bajo, short. Fuerte, strong. Débil, weak. Gordo, fat. In Mexico, it's common that we will turn words like this into diminutives. Okay, so I could say something like gordito, trying to make it a little bit cuter. So I could say something like ese perro es gordito. That dog is chubby or a little bit fat. So gordo would just be fat, whereas gordito would kind of mean a little chubby, okay, or a little chunky, okay? Delgado, meaning thin or skinny. In Mexico, we'll also use the adjective flaco, okay? So someone might say to you, oye, estás bien flaco. You are so skinny. Mexican Spanish speakers many times use ser and estar interchangeably. They might say something like, tu camiseta está bien padre. Technically, maybe you should be using ser instead of estar. However, Mexican Spanish speakers commonly do that. They'll use ser instead of estar or vice versa. So in that case, estás bien flaco. You are very skinny. You could also say eres bien flaco. You are very skinny. However, when we use estar, it is simply letting us know that, hey, you're skinny right now, but it's possible that you will become bigger in the future. Okay? Emotions. Let's take a look. I'm going to move over to this side of the whiteboard. Feliz, happy. You could also say alegre, also meaning happy. Personally, I use feliz more than alegre. Triste, me siento muy triste. I feel very sad. Please leave a comment trying to cheer me up because mean comments make me triste. But si me dejas un comentario, me voy a sentir feliz. If you leave me a comment, I'll feel happy. Emocionado, excited. Do not say excitado. Excitado means you're excited in a different kind of way. Emocionado means you're excited in general. This is the regular use of the word excited. However, excitado would mean something like aroused. So use emocionado, not excitado, unless that's what you're trying to say. Preocupado. Estoy preocupado. I'm worried. I hope this video gets a lot of views. Estoy preocupado de que no va a tener muchas vistas. I'm worried it's not going to get millions and millions of views. I'm worried. I'm not actually worried. I feel tranquilo. I feel calm, chill. Okay? If someone tells you, oye, tranquilo, that can mean chill, calm down, relax, okay? Tranquilo. So, preocupado, I'm worried. Tranquilo, I feel okay. I'm calm. I'm tranquil. Okay? Enojado. Estoy enojado. I am angry. And if you want to say you're really angry, you could say estoy enojadísimo. I am very angry. Estoy enojadísimo. Or you can just say estoy muy enojado. Okay? In Mexico, if you want to say you're really angry, you could also say estoy encabronado, which could be viewed as rude or vulgar, but that's another way you can say you are very, very angry. You could say estoy hasta la madre. I am very angry. Okay? Cansado. Estoy cansado. Did I make you yawn? Cansado, tired. Okay? If you want to say you're not tired, you can just say no estoy cansado. I am not tired. Tengo energía. I have energy. Okay? Things and places. Grande, big. Pequeño, small. Don't say largo if you're trying to say big. Largo is long. Largo, long. Corto, short. Okay? Grande, big. Pequeño, small. Okay? Caro, not the same as cara. Caro means expensive, whereas barato means cheap. Okay? Su casa, no, that's a horrible example. Su carro es caro. Okay? His car is expensive. Su carro es caro. You can also use the word coche to say car. And in Mexico, we'll use both. However, most people will say carro with that rolled R. Barato. Su carro es barato. His car is cheap. If you want to say a deal, you would say una ganga. Okay? Es una ganga. It's a deal. It's a bargain. Honestly, ganga is probably one of my favorite words in the entire Spanish language. Nuevo, meaning new. Viejo, meaning old. Now, this adjective, viejo, can be used when talking about things, and it can also be used when talking about people. However, this sounds a little bit rude when talking about a person. Now, in Mexico, you could say something like, él es viejito. He is old. And the ito at the end, that diminutive, makes it cute and it makes it a little bit softer. So instead of saying, él es viejo, he's old, it's like, wow, he's really old. If you say, él es viejito, it makes it sound a little bit softer, a little bit nicer, okay? However, when talking about someone, you could also use the adjective mayor, okay? Mayor meaning older. Mayor, older, menor, younger, okay? Rápido, fast, rápido. Ya, lento, lento. Okay. Slow, okay? So rápido, fast, lento, slow. And a few bonus ones for you, which I forgot to underline, so let me make it a cool underline. I'm gonna go, woo! Okay, excellent. Genial, cool. Can also mean great, okay? Ay, qué genial. How great, or how awesome, or how cool. It really just depends on the context. Finally, interesante, meaning interesting, and X, literally translating to X, meaning whatever. And this is used all the time in Mexico, okay? So, what do you think of Bob's new house? X. It's whatever. X. That's a really fun one, and that's one that ChatGPT will not teach you. Bueno, muchas gracias. Click the link in the video description if you want to check out our Fluent Spanish Speaker Academy. Our goal is to help you have a 10-minute conversation in 90 days without feeling unconfident. At the time of this recording, we have more than 400 members. It is seriously awesome. I'm in there every single day chatting with our students, so check it out by clicking the link in the video description. Muchas gracias y espero que tengas buen día. Hasta luego.